And man, why? Why y'all out there act like we need Twitter, bro? If they gonna start like taking away the First Amendment and they gonna start doing all that other bullshit, then why we gonna act like we care? Like for real, like fuck them, bro. Fuck them, 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 fuck them. Fuck Twitter, fuck Facebook. Look, man, Facebook wanna lock in some goddamn hole in your head and make you seem like you in some out of place. Man, fuck that. Like, think about that shit, right? I don't give a how much I'm gonna pay my kids, bro. Like, they trying to lock, they trying to lock you in your head and control your mind. Man, hell nah, like, ain't happening, bro. Just think about that other shit, right? Twitter, he said he don't care about your First Amendment, and y'all like, oh, you know, Twitter this, Twitter that, da. Man, fuck Twitter, bro. Like, man, I never had no Twitter account, bro. Like, what the fuck I need a Twitter account for? You hear me? Like, why I need Twitter? Why I need Facebook, man? I talk to all my homies and shit. We all got telephones. You feel me? I mean, it's like, let's just start taking away that shit or something. Then we be like, oh, wait a minute. You know, maybe we need something. We talk to some people. We don't need none of that shit, bro. I talk to my people every day. I ain't never had no Twitter. I'm sitting there looking at the internet, looking at YouTube, like, why they care? If this motherfucker don't want you saying what you want to say and talking to your homies and chopping it up and just being you, then who the fuck are they to say that you ain't gotta be there? I know that. Like, you ain't obligated, right? Like, think about this shit. It's fucking ridiculous that we even think about that. Like, as soon as a motherfucker talking about you can't do this and you can't, man, I'm out, bro. Man, look, like one thing, look, I'm not gonna come here and like, I'm not gonna disrespect nobody and all that. Like, you know, I ain't walking in Walmart stealing no shit or slapping a motherfucker or something. But if my homies is there, we might get on your fucking nerves. Cause we might say some shit you might not want to hear. But it doesn't mean it's to you and it shouldn't offend you. And if you in my conversation and all that shit, then you need to get the fuck on. What I'm trying to say is, man, listen to me for a second, right? Look. They want to control the conversation. They don't want you talking about nothing. Think about that, right? I want to talk about, if I want to talk about the goddamn moon, it being fake, or I want to talk about Fauci spreading the COVID, or like him having the vaccine ready, and Bill Gates and all this other shit, and you can't, bruh. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, they let you talk about shooting the brother, they let you talk about killing a white man. You can't say nothing about the corona, the COVID and shit. Like, you gotta agree. You can't even be like, ooh, I don't know. You know what I mean? You gotta be like, yes sir, master. Like, can you stick me again? Well, fuck you. Like, stick me again, fuck you. You see what I'm saying? Like, that make no sense. And the fact that we falling for that bullshit, we falling deeper into the trap. And you gotta think about that right like that. The only way we gonna get about this little tyranny shit that we got going on is to quit. Quit. Like, think about it, right? If it came down to it, you know what I'm saying? We grow our own food, we eat our own foods. I mean, look, fuck all that. Look, when we get the money, as long as you got some money, the store ain't gonna turn down your money. And once they start turning down your money, then we'll have a different discussion, because then it's went further than that, right? So it's like, at this point in time, we don't need Twitter, bro. Fuck that motherfucker take his ass back to India. Fuck that. Take your ass back to India, motherfucker. And look, if you think that's racist, you a racist. And I'm gonna tell you that right now. If you wanna get on some racist ass shit, let's get on it. Because we gonna have a hard conversation. And you ain't gonna like it. And we can start with like, you bring it up. I know the first motherfucker that smelled that fart dealt that motherfucker and trying to blame it on me. And I'm looking at that motherfucker sideways like, okay, look, we can do that. You know what I'm talking about? But I know one thing. You ain't finna play me, bro. You know what I'm saying? and convinced me like I need to apologize to motherfucker. I said, y'all crazy. That's another conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother conversation. But what y'all need to do, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Because I can't recommend what y'all need to do. But if I was y'all and you was me, I'd just be like, hey, let's go get the money, man. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Fuck Twitter. Fuck Twitter. Fuck Twitter. I'm gonna tell you right now, if everybody start using Twitter, who the fuck you gonna stop talking, man? Yeah, you do. I never experienced the thing where motherfuckers be like, you can't do that, and I'll be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That ain't not the norm, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about that shit, right? We been talking shit our whole life. Now all of a sudden, every faggot feeling hurt because you call him a fag, or you look at a motherfucker funny because you know he's a chick with a dick, and you a bad person? For real? Since when? Since when? Man, you ain't, bro. Quit letting them telling you is. I laugh at the motherfucker. Look, I ain't no faggot. And I ain't on no gay shit. And I should be able to say that without you being like, oh, you don't like faggots. Motherfucker, I ain't say I ain't like faggots. I said I ain't no faggot. And I ain't sucking no dick. But if you want to, go right ahead. But keep that shit to yourself. And quit pushing that shit on my kids. Our kids. His kids, my kids. Your kids. Unless you want your kids like that, right? I want my motherfucking kid to be just like I raised his ass, just like he was born. You hear me? Like, I ain't never, ever, never, ever gonna tell my kid they something they not. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna start with like, if that motherfucker got a penis, that's a boy. Okay? You can think whatever, but you need to keep that shit to yourself. For real, because you growing in America. You growing in society. You growing in people's lives. I'm gonna tell you another thing. My kid can't go do what he want. Like, he can't. He's 14. My daughter's 17. They can't go do what they want. There's consequences to that shit. Not only that, I ain't finna let them just do what they want, bro. Think about that shit, right? You just gonna let your kid do what they want? They just do what they want. Right? When we start letting them do what they want. They can't smoke cigarettes till they're 18. They can't buy a pack of cigarettes till they're 18. But they want my 5-year-old to go get a vaccine. Or some shit that they just made up in the kitchen. Whipping it up, working their wrists like Kevin Gates or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers, man, Mommy Curtis Mayfield, bro. Like they your pushers or something. I bet you got the fact you got a Cadillac. You ride around singing that shit right now. You think his 5-year-old niece got the vaccine? If he got one? Huh? Granddaddy, whatever she is, grandson, whatever. You think he got the vaccine? You really think Joe Biden got the vaccine on TV like that? Look, there's some things you can believe, and there's some things you can't believe, right? And some things you gotta take with a grain of salt, right? You gotta get like, okay, right? There's a reason. There's a reason why they doing what they trying to do. There's a reason. Man, the whole world on board. Think about that, right? Like, the whole goddamn world on board, bro. Like, what you gonna do, right? What shit you gonna do, right? You know what I'm talking about? Like, hey, the whole world on board and shit. What that mean? I ain't never seen everybody get along my whole life. I mean, I'm only 43, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen everybody get along. Every country, all 180 or whatever it is, whatever. It's getting along. We all on the same thing. But yeah, we at war with each other at the same time in different places. I just be thinking this shit. And I be like, That's why I started this little shit. I can't get nobody to pick me out, but you know what I'm saying? One day y'all gonna watch me like that little white motherfucker. Hey, you know what he's talking about? Cause I ain't no dummy, bro. We some street kids, bro. Like, so you can't really tell us nothing like that. You can't just be like pissing my ear and telling me it's right or right. Like, you don't believe that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was sitting at home the other day. I said, bro, like, I always thought my dad was lying and shit too. You know, AIDS came from a motherfucker. You know, a motherfucker, the monkey in Africa. Basically, just saying a black motherfucker, gay motherfucker AIDS. My daddy got black in it. And it's just like, at the end of the day, it's like, so I asked my homie the other day, I said, hey, bro, where AIDS coming from? He said, man, motherfucker fucking monkey. I said, see, my dad told me the same shit when I was young. Yeah, we got 10-year age difference and shit, right? He black, I'm white, you know what I'm saying? But we got the same story, right? The same fucking story. The same story, right? I never heard of Dr. Fauci until the fucking goddamn coronavirus came out in 2019. I never knew the fuck he was. Like, who knew who he was, right? I didn't. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. I ain't know who he was. But if I had known all that shit, bro, the shit he was doing in San Francisco with the AIDS patients and shit, and the homos and shit, right? Okay. Yeah. And then he turned around and they pushed this homo shit. Right? You like, it may disgust you, bro. Like, it may disgust the fuck out of niggas. I'm like, take your motherfucking pretty little ass Fauci and turn your ass into a faggot. You know what I'm saying? Go turn your ass into a feminine little motherfucker or some shit that you want to do or some shit, right? Yeah, man. Fuck that shit, bro. Like, I mean, I don't want to convince you with that shit. Like, fucking, I can't believe these motherfuckers, bro. They got some nerve, bro. Then they coming around. All them people that died this year, bro, they ain't talking about. Then all the motherfucking goddamn people that been arrested. And then, like, look, man, Kyle Rittenhouse, man, hey, I'm glad he got not guilty. Straight up. We gotta protect ourselves, man. Yeah, man, I love y'all black motherfuckers. And I know y'all black motherfuckers love me. Because I'm chilling with it. That's what we call on, baby. I know. Pay me sucker. Buying this boys, baby. I don't know why you can't love me. Look here, like. But man, don't fall for that. Stop convincing yourself the white man bad. Man, I ain't never did nothing to you. And you ain't never did nothing to me. But I'm gonna tell you something. You know, it's weird, right? Like, think about it, like. You ain't never did nothing to me, and I ain't never did nothing to you. But you got motherfuckers out there telling us that, like, you know what I mean? We owe each other something. One over the other something. You know what I mean? But, like, what about that motherfucker telling us this shit? What he owe? What he doing? What they doing? What they saying? Why they even saying this shit? Why they bring it up? Huh? I don't know. That's weird, right? Like, think about it. Like, look, like, all them people, man, they had that meeting with all the rich folk and shit overseas last week. Biden shit himself, Vatican or whatever, fucking faggot. Listen, I need black people, y'all. I mean, for real. Like, I'm just being honest. Y'all convinced that they like you, that they love you, that we don't. Motherfucker, please. Think about it. Quit letting them do it, bro. Call that shit out every time someone says some shit like that. Call it out. Call it out. Call it spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, quit. You see motherfucker trying to say, like, hey, you racist? They deflecting. Deflecting, reflecting, whatever you want to say, however you want to say it. That's how they feel, bro. That's how they feel. I know there's been a group of motherfucking white people that's sitting there gonna act like they feel sorry for a group of motherfuckers. But they ain't doing nothing but stirring the pot, right? Like, right? Think about that, right? Stirring the pot, right? They ain't doing nothing. But they stirring the pot. We want to keep it mixed, right? You know what I'm saying? We want to keep it mixed up. You know what I'm saying? As long as we mixed up, we can't ever think about what they're really doing. But think about that, right? Why you bring that shit up? You really think George Floyd got killed because he's black? And you think Derek Chauvin was a racist? That's what I mean. Like, think about that. Why? Why he gotta be a racist? Why can't the dude just be? Why couldn't the dude just die because the dude was on his neck and he shouldn't have been? But why he gotta be a racist? Why he doing, bro? Why they gotta create that tag, right? Like, I'm sure he wasn't racist. I'm sure the Milwaukee Police Department, there's all kinds of black people that work there. I'm sure he dealt with black people on a daily basis. As a matter of fact, I would almost say that, like, and I don't even know, I'm just throwing this on top of my head. That area he worked in was predominantly black. So it's like, at the end of the day, man, quit letting him do that, right? Quit letting him do that, right? I'm gonna tell you something, right? Like, it's funny, right? It reminds me of something from, right? All right, check this out. Have you ever in your life been to a spot, right? Think about it, right? Been to a place where everything isn't always what it seems. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it, right? Like, they take you to Raceland. So all you hear right now, like, I cut my cable off because I couldn't deal with the news and shit. I got COVID mask, COVID mask, COVID mask, COVID. I see these motherfuckers right on a mask in the goddamn car by themselves. For what? Bro, like, think about that, man. Like, that's weird. That's weird, bro. That's weird. But anyway, like I'm trying to say, the whole thing that they trying to do, they trying to separate us. They trying to push us against each other. So what we need to do before I get up off this goddamn piece, man, because I don't want to holler at y'all motherfuckers later. It motherfucker even peep out. I don't even think motherfucker gonna peep out. I'm gonna sleep back on, I'm gonna talk my shit. Because I got something to say. Just like you should have something to say. And just like he should have something to say. And she should have something to say. And he should have something to say. We should all be saying something. We can't lay there, bro, like a bitch and with our legs up, getting fucked. No offense to the ladies, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, that's some hoe shit, bro. You get it, it's some hoe shit, ladies, legs up, getting fucked, anyway, like I'm saying. No pun, I ain't trying to disrespect my women. I ain't trying to disrespect nobody. What I'm trying to do is that y'all understand that, like, they out to get us as a society, as a group, as a people. They got us in a box, like this iPad remote, right? They got us in a box. You know what I'm talking about? They put you, me, and everybody I know in a box. And what we need to do is sit there and be like, look, shout out to my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, look, what we need to do is throw back at them. Call a spade a spade. If a motherfucker call you something because you said something about what they done said, bro, you got to be able to laugh at it and put your hand over your heart and be like, man, look, I feel bad for you, man. I feel bad because you, sir, man, whatever, are struggling and you need help. And as much as I chill with the SCOB to come out and love to help you motherfuckers, I can't, man. I just can't, dog. You know what I'm saying? I can't help the world, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't help the world. That ain't my job. I don't think it's nobody's job, for real. I think a good person take care of himself and take care of the people around. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. It's just in them. You can't sell it. You can't bottle it up. You can't do none of it. It comes from in you. Like, if you a good, genuine person that care about people, you're going to take care of the people around you because that's what you can do. I'm not sticking my nose in other people's business, man. I'm not looking at like a motherfucker like, hey, you need to go get this vaccine. For what? Look, if you get me sick, bro, then I guess I'm supposed to get sick, right? Like, because that's what happens. But quit letting them make you sicker. Give you something that, fuck that. Fuck gays. Fuck it all, man. Enough of that. You know, I ramble on for days and shit. I gotta get this CO2 type and shit. So, anyway, man, it's Chilly with it. Let's go. We the coming on, and I'm out.